Listen up, you blundering fools. It's time for the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast. Get all the toy talk your evil hearts could desire from these nincompoops. Jason, Elgin, and Spoody.
Yo, Joe, and welcome to the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast, where a group of friends get together to talk about one of our shared loves,
chicken and waffles.
Toy collecting. We're here to celebrate how these little colorful pieces of plastic can transform you into a little chicken and waffle.
Do you love some chicken and waffles?
Yeah,
I want some right now.
Yeah, I've noticed this food theme. If this is your first time listening to the podcast or watching us on YouTube, first of all, thank you so much for checking it out. We really appreciate it. There's so much crap in the world to give your attention to, so we appreciate you giving it to us for a moment. It's awesome, but you're going to learn soon enough. We are not, I repeat, not toy experts. We're going to get some things wrong, and that's okay. We're all friends here. It's not necessarily about the details.
We're not detail-oriented.
No, but speaking of details, let me introduce everyone. Hi there, I'm Jason. Over there's Elgin.
Howdy.
And that's Spoody.
Hi.
In this episode, we dive into the collector's dilemma known as the Rule of Two. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, you've likely faced the agonizing decision of whether to open your prized action figures or keep them mint in the box. Join us as we explore the origins of this collector's mantra, discuss the pros and cons of each approach, and share personal stories from the toy aisles. So grab your favorite figure or two and join us for a lively discussion that celebrates the joys and challenges of toy collecting. And then later on the show, Elgin's going to take us on a little tour of a store, and it's going to be so cool. And lastly, we'll hear from you guys and your thoughts on the Rule of Two from Spoody. I can't wait. You can follow us on all the social media platforms, including Patreon. And all those links can be found over at our website, cracktasticplastic.com. And while you're surfing the interwebs, be sure to stop by our sponsor, toyhacks.com, for all your Repro label needs. They also have an armory where you can get some toy-accurate 3D printed weaponry and tons of amazing sticker sets for your toys. We also have this awesome monthly contest that Spoody's going to tell you all about.
Well, if Spoody remembers to post it, we would totally have a picture that you can put a caption on, and then we'll pick our favorite one.
Yeah.
And then you win the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much of the thing do you win?
$5 of the thing.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's right, a $5 coupon to toyhacks.com. Thank you, Spoody.
You're welcome.
Oh, my gosh. But right now we're going to tell you about what toys we've picked up lately in a segment we call Thrill of the Hunt.
Listen up, you fools. If anyone knows more about searching for the most unique items in the world, it's me, Cobra Commander. In my reign as Cobra's leader, I have acquired countless items, but those meddling Joes have foiled my attempt at worldwide domination over and over again. But it's the thrill of the hunt that fuels my superb rule of Cobra. Pay attention to my loyal subordinates as they tell you of their latest exploits and acquisitions. It's the thrill of the hunt, Cobra!
All right, let's go over to Spoody and see what fun things he's got.
I had a bunch of shit this time.
Man, I hope it's two of everything.
It's close.
I mean, I have a different colored version of this guy. This is a Combiner Wars Dark Stream, and I don't remember his name. Nobody cares.
The weaponizer guy on his back.
Weaponizer guy. He
Bluey.
looks like he would turn into an axe, but he doesn't.
Oh, that's...
he might, but he's got like guns for arms, and it's
What is it? What toy line is it from?
Combiner Wars.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a Transformer.
What?
Dark Stream.
Huh.
I can't remember what the other... He's a recolor.
Yeah.
He's like a little bit harder to find.
Cool.
So it's a repaint?
Yeah.
Power Core Combiners.
Then I got this crappy Optimus Prime.
Craptimus Prime.
Craptimus Prime. It was cheap. It's like one of those it's kind of a one-stepper, but it's maybe a three-stepper.
Well, from the back here, he looks pretty easy. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Looks like
It's
RID
it's not the worst thing I've seen.
15. That's cool.
I mean, the head sculpt's not bad.
No.
Yeah, little 3-step.
The little panels on the side of his legs there that it's red, doesn't really ever want to stay. They keep popping open. Then I got...
Is that from a dollar store or something?
It probably is.
Okay.
Yeah, it keeps doing that. And then...
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
I'm going to glue it.
Probably.
It doesn't really do anything either when he's in vehicle mode, other than it's like missiles on the other side. I have this Revenge of the Fallen core class Devastator.
Hey, you put it together.
Which I had gotten the last episode. I just hadn't put them together because I got it right before.
How you feel about that? Monstrosity.
It's not any worse than some of the Power Core combiners.
Yeah.
Is his head supposed to be like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like a grumpy
He's usually
old man.
on his walking on his hands and stuff too, but he looks I think he looks cooler standing up more, but and there's 6 or 7 or 8 of them. I don't even remember.
And seeing him in that green, really all unified color,
yeah, because it
really helps. I think
the actual Devastator colors. There needs to be a little more purple in it, but
got a marker.
if the white was purple, that'd be better. No.
What?
No.
I'm just fixing it for you.
Then I got. Let me look.
Do some quick research here.
It's the newest phone was there for a reason.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the
Scott
Titans
just
Return
makes the
Siege
fun
on
noises.
Cybertron Tidal Wave.
Tidal wave.
Who is a cool purple and orange.
Is he like a sub? Because he's tidal wave.
He's a battleship and a jet triple changer.
Battle jet.
Yeah.
Like the broadside.
More or less broadside. But I had the normal version, or the Autobot version, which is red and gray.
Yeah, I only saw this version recently since the new Tidal Wave come out.
So there's
noticed there was a redo of this guy.
Yeah, he's usually pretty expensive, and I got him for a sweet deal. He's a
You
headmaster.
usually do.
Headmaster.
It's the only kind of deal to get.
Yeah, sweet deals.
Sweet news.
Then I got a complete Beast Wars Rhinox,
Sweet.
who's got a little
Jim Carrey head popping out the back.
Got a little spinny action. If you could get it right, They have battle masks, so his face opens up all super creepy like. Yeah, and he does that.
Take that, Jim Carrey.
Oh, yeah.
You won't pop out of my rear end.
It's cool.
And this isn't quite complete, but I just got this in a lot of stuff. The Mask Hurricane, in really nice shape, pops up. He's got
Extra wheels.
He's got the gun. He's got the little battering ram that sticks out. I can't see past my microphone. And he's got the headlights that pop out.
Cool.
He's missing the spare tire missile thing. And then the driver.
You don't have the driver for this
I
one?
don't have the driver for
Yet.
him yet.
It's on order right now.
But he's in great shape. Good color still. Those discolor a lot.
His chrome's really
Chrome's
really
good, and the flame stickers are in great shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some of them damn near brown. It gets
I got... Oh, cool.
cool. That's a tornado warning.
Which means, well, so
We're
they
probably
also,
fine.
if you can hear, there's a siren going off.
This is severe
So
thunderstorm.
they do
warning.
severe thunderstorm and tornadoes. Tornado
So we're fine.
warnings.
Well, yeah, there might be 70-mile-per-hour winds and stuff coming too.
Let me look real quick.
I was looking at it before I came up here.
See what we're.
I knew it was getting dark out there, but
Yeah, it's still thunderstorm. And then I got a Temu.
Timu
I
Sweet.
think it's pronounced Temu.
I say it how I
can't
want.
do it. Can't do it.
An Octane.
Oh, yeah.
who I had to take apart and do some work on to get him to even transform. His little feet thing, like they wouldn't turn all the way. There was like crap in the way. So, yeah, and he came with more stickers, like extra stickers of the same ones, so like doubles. But like the ones that are there, like don't really fit where they're supposed to be.
I've considered getting them off Temu just to get the wing and the guns.
Yeah.
Because if you try to get them now for original one, it costs as much as getting that.
And that piece that's on his back, that chrome
Yep.
piece that's the top of the tanker, is
yeah.
hard to find.
Mine don't have those three things, so I'm like, I'm thinking about it, and I'll get Toy Hex labels probably.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But getting that brand new chrome, that's great.
Yeah.
And the last thing I got, so I have a G1 ape face, and I just got some 3D printed gun, the head, which does not transform, and his like little spoiler shield. So he's complete enough for me because I don't want to spend another $100 just getting those 3 parts.
Yep. 40, 50 just for the head. It's so
Yeah.
stupid. Yep, I've been thinking that too for Ape Face and Snapdragon because that dude's got.
And you can buy
Stuff.
all 3 of those together.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who it is that's selling it? For the listeners.
Oh gosh,
I
there's
can
a
look real quick.
eBay seller. I got two 3D printed things on my list today too from the same guy.
It is.
Yeah, looks good. Look, he looks naked. You might have to get stickers for him.
So yeah, he doesn't have any stickers. Indie Indie's Temple of Toys.
Yes,
Yeah, I read that wrong.
Stemple.
Indie's Temple of Toys.
that's it. He's got
To be
good.
honest, like the gun's pretty decent. The head's all right. The wing is not so great. But yeah. So that's what I got.
All right, cool. Elgin, you've got things.
Yeah, I'm trying to go through these Motu figures that are kind of been stockpiling in the box and to try to clear out a bunch of stuff. Mainly just a bunch of different waves of them. I just finished one of them here, but I'll get to that later. So kind of going in order, starting at wave 12. It's this Roboto. It's a mini comic version. I think I talked about it in the repaint episode, but I don't know if I just kind of just showed him at all. But he's basically the same as the other Roboto that came out, except he's a different color. He's got kind of this orangish color on him. But he still has the same weapons, the laser, and then the robot hand and the axe as well. But
And his big old heart.
yeah, now he has a heart on his chest. The vintage one had the heart inside, which I always thought was cool. But they put it on that because he's supposed to represent like the mini comic that came with the original vintage figure. So that's why he looks like this color and everything.
Which is a sweet color. What color is it? For those that are just listening.
I think I said
He
orange.
said orange. Orange and yellow. And that clear chesticles is amazing.
Yeah, he's got kind of a grayish silver boots and
really
head
cool.
and stuff. So I think the other one was the kind of blue and red color scheme to him. So that was the only one from wave 12 of these figures. Then going on to wave 13, which
Hey, good for you having 13 waves.
Well, I got through 14 as well.
my
Well, there's actually more. This is like I'm still behind on stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
But going into wave 13, I just finished this one Monday. So the last Motu Monday video I did. But it was with this King Randor, which is another version of King Randor, but it's the 2000X version. It's basically where he's kind of the younger kind of captain of the guard still, and he basically just defeated Skeletor, and now he's king. So he doesn't have the crown. He has a crown, but it's kind of more like a headband, and his hair is kind of over that, and a different type of staff, and his cape is a different color. It's a lighter blue, and he kind of has this kind of different armor, kind of more military stylized royal wear, I guess. as opposed to. And
Kind
he has
of
a different,
Roman-ish.
yeah, and he has a
still,
different. He has like a, I don't know, robotic leg,
Yeah.
kind of. More based on the 2000X cartoon series as
Cool
well.
version.
But that's from Wave 13, along with Wave 13 is
Hacksaw Jim Duggan a little bit.
yeah, is Slamurai. This is the white ninja, basically a repaint of Ninjor, who was the evil ninja, and he was all black, and now he's all white. Same weapons, still has the nunchucks and the samurai sword, and the bow. The bow is a different color; it's this light blue, and then his nunchucks are white. I think they were silver for Ninjor, and the bow was also like a grayish silver color for Ninjor. But it's literally the exact same figure, just repainted. But apparently, a lot of people like this, and it's hard to get. I got all these on Big Bad Toy Store. I think last year I had pre-ordered them, and then waited to go into a pile of loot, and then shipped it all last year, and then I'm finally getting through them this year. Continuing on with Wave 13 is the Snake Tila, another repaint. It's kind of been the thing with this wave is repaints. But when you get to Wave 13, you kind of run out of ideas, I guess. So we got kind of a green version of Tila.
That's cool.
Her head sculpt is from the 2000X, kind of line with that ponytail. So it's kind of 2000X, but also repainted Tila, and she has like the snake skin and everything, where she get turned into a snake. And she does have a sword, which is nice. A lot of times Tila doesn't come with a sword, but in the cartoon she always had a sword, so it's kind of nice to have that with it.
I like how the sheath thing is just on her back.
Yeah, it just kind of stuck
attached to
there.
anything.
It's fine.
It's on her shirt.
Yeah, just part of her shirt. But at least there's something there to put the sword if you wanted to put it
I
away.
love that scale artwork.
Yeah,
on her.
the scales on it are really great. They did a good job. Even though it is a repaint, it's nicely done, at least.
Mhm.
You know. And to finish out Wave 13, another different repaint, I guess, is the Snake Trooper. It's a Horde Trooper, but it's a Snakeman Trooper. Basically, what happened was a Horde Trooper got abducted by the Snakeman, by King Hiss, and he got turned into a Snake Man. And there he is. He does have the action feature that the Horde Troopers have, where he has a button on the middle, and then that opens up, and then he like explodes open. Like that's how you kill them, quote unquote.
The important question was, can you use his head other places?
Yeah, you can pop it off
Oh,
and stick it
awesome.
on whatever other thing
Funny,
you want.
make anything funny looking from here on.
Yeah, pretty much. The snake is basically Rattler's head before you would extend it out. Like the origin one they make for Rattler, it has like a neck extension piece because there's no action feature. The vintage one you push on his back and his head would strike forward.
Is this a character that was made just for toys, or did he exist in the show?
My guess it's a 2000X idea because a lot of that show during the second, there was 3 seasons of that, and during the second season they had the Rise of the Snakemen, and it was very much Snakemen, King Hiss coming back, and that was like the main adversary. So
Love it.
It's probably based off of that as well. But it's a Horde Trooper painted black with red accents, gold accents, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then a snake head, and then the Rattler's head, and then this is King Hiss's shield, and then Horde Trooper staff. So it's kind of a hodgepodge of pieces like, which is kind of what Master Universe is known for, is to make new characters. They would just take pieces and pop and swap, and now we have a new character. All right, continuing on to Wave 14, I just have 3 of the figures from the 4. I think I'm missing. I already have them, but I showed
Just
it
not
a long time ago. I think it was one of the Rulers of the Sun figures. We got this Serpent Claw Man at Arms. This is another 2000X version of Man at Arms with this little claw thing that you can trap snakes. The 2000X one, you could actually shoot that off. You could grasp on them and then like shoot it off. It
grappling hook style.
Yeah, it does come off, so you could put a string on it if you wanted to. But 2000X, everything had like an action feature of shooting something, like a missile or launching something. That was like almost every figure in every vehicle had something that it shoots. I mean, it's,
Something to lose.
yeah, exactly. He does come with his mace, but he is painted, that's kind of dark
Turtle green.
yeah,
No.
grayish greenish color.
Yeah.
But of course, they didn't paint his shin guard or his one piece on his forearm, which doesn't make any sense. They just like, well,
If it was blue, like the helmet
right,
and stuff,
which would be nice. That'd be,
or if his helmet was orange.
right.
Yeah.
So I suppose I could paint that blue. Anyway, it's another repaint. So, and they just added a new weapon to him, but that's like a 2000X style version of him. And then we have Spikor, who was a great figure in the vintage, where he had an action feature where you could twist him and then his arm would shoot out with this trident. Of course, in Origins, they don't include a lot of action features, so you can just swap out this trident piece with a shorter trident piece. So that's like before and after. So I just keep it with the extended out anyway. He does come with this mace, this kind of orange mace, and this dark purple color.
He looks
He's
like
spiky.
a koosh ball.
Yeah, but
Is
harder.
Is it the first Spikor
This,
in all the Origins?
yeah, this is the only Spikor.
Oh my
that they
gosh! And
made.
it took to 14 to get him.
Yeah,
Gosh, no wonder
I know.
you're freaking out.
So that's why people are always like, finish the line. And it just takes them forever. They only release 4 figures per wave, so it's like,
Yeah.
and then they do 2 deluxes. So, but yeah, that's Spikor.
Spikor.
He's always he's a fun one in the vintage one as well. But yeah, he's spiky for sure. And to finish out this wave 14 is Squeeze. I do not have. Oh, I do have this one as a vintage one actually. But I am missing his little snake pet that he has. This little blue snake thing that wraps around his arm. But yeah, he's got these long arms that have. You can bend them and squeeze around you and stuff.
So fun.
The original one, the vintage one, the arm is just one piece. So you can slide his arm all the way in. So you could have like one really short arm and one really long arm, which is kind of fun. But this one, you could actually pop these off and stick them on somebody else if you wanted to. You could use that giant arm on somebody else, which is, fun thing to do, I guess. But yeah, that's Squeeze. He's one of the few, like...
He loves to hug, okay?
Yeah, he's a hugger. I think I have Snake Face left. I have him as one of the ones I need to open. And then I think I'm only missing King Hiss and Tongue Lasher, I think. I think I'm missing him still. He was an earlier wave. Just missed out. But yeah, so that's all the ones that I've... Go to our YouTube channel, Mochi Monday. They're all there. Reviews of things. I want to talk about them some more. If you want to look back to those and comment. Say,
cool. I will.
I watched it.
I was here.
That's all I have.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, and I guess a lot of these I unboxed too on the channel. I got this. This is part of the latest Legacy line. This is Prime Breakdown. He's in a 2-pack. I actually don't have the Prime version of Breakdown, so it's just neat to have him. I don't know. He's a repaint of Bulkhead, but I don't care. It's neat. New head sculpt. It's kind of cool.
His gun's also different.
Yep. And he comes with a
Did
little
you have
hammer.
that hammer thing before or not?
I don't know. I don't have the original. But
No, he had the spiky ball thing that would go on his hand.
And then he came with Windsweeper, which is a redo of a G1 toy. That's he's a Target Master now, but he was a
Action Master.
gosh, I can't remember. There's a little subgroup of these it was a jet that had guns that would flip out. Was part of his thing, but instead of having that action feature on here, they turned those 2 little guns into little trigger mastered guys. And
Trigger bots, trigger cons.
he's at Trigger Cons. Yep.
Yeah.
And he's really cool. He's a redo of Needle Nose, but, new colors, new head sculpt. I like them a lot. Makes me want to get the rest of the trigger cones in G1 too. I got this Cybertron Vector Prime, and he's cool. I really like his colors. Very regal with that maroon and gold. He's holding an axe that is part of that other set, but I thought he looked better with it. And the blast effects kind of matched the blue that was his sword and part of his color. So I just let him hold it since I kind of got them 2 days apart. But yeah, Vector Prime, cool. He's neat. Quite a bit smaller than the original, I guess. But and because he's Cybertron, he's got the little key, but it doesn't do anything on this one. But
It's a cool sword, though.
yes, I like the translucent blue. It's really cool. And the hammer is a Minotaur. But
cool.
those is a Doom and Destruction set, and then here's another Doom and Destruction set. They got the Deluxe Insecticons. They got Chop Shop and Barrage. Some of the very first original Transformers were these Deluxe Insecticons, and it's really neat that they're finally getting to them. They haven't hardly done them at all over the years, even since '85, really? Probably. Definitely not Barrage. There's been a couple Chop Shops, little versions of them, but yeah, so it's really cool to get actual deluxe-sized versions of them.
That's cool.
I
like them. They're pretty sweet.
Yeah. I got, speaking of that 3D printing guy, I was able to pick up, I think I was motivated because I saw that he had the 3D printed guns for Quick Switch for cheap enough. And so, I found, the Quick Switch himself is all over eBay without guns, and the guns are, $30 and a piece sometimes. And I'm like, well, I'll just look for a one in good shape with good stickers, and I nabbed it for maybe $20, and then got the guns, and really, really cool. I love his color scheme. He's an awkward boy. His proportions are not good, and he turns into 6 or 4 or 5, a bunch of things. 6 things.
6 things?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2 of those are very questionable, but there's a boat, there's a ship.
So he's the Autobot version of Six Shot, which is...
I don't know what that is.
And yeah, so
who is also
there's an animal in there.
Okay. It's 3.
Did I say spaceship?
Spaceships, there's a boat.
Maybe there's a gun station. I don't know.
There's no gun?
It might be a gun.
So the guns are 3D printed.
The guns, correct? Yep, the guns are 3D printed.
They don't look too bad.
No, they're fine.
If you have them on the shelf,
you wouldn't know. Yeah. And then speaking of 3D printing, as I'm working on my 1987 line of toys, I got the bug guy last time. God damn it, brain. Bug face. And this is Grotesque. He's another Spark guy, and his Spark works.
Oh, nice.
So there's 3 in that same class. Sparky. And so he again, I found it with his gun, with no wings, super cheap, with great stickers. Again, like $20. And I'm like, I'll order these wings for $10 and get a complete Grotesque for pretty cheap. And like I said, he's in good shape. His Spark still works. Not that means it matters to me, but... And he does turn into a robot. But right now I just have him like that because he's cool and monsters are cool.
True.
And then also on that same guy's page that had the 3D printed stuff, he had a little RID, little GoBot, little micro guy, and he's clear.
Repugnance.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
And so I'm like, it was a couple bucks. He threw it in basically and combined shipping, so it was really cool. And he was cool for that. And so much more. And then Elgin told us about the brass armadillo
Oh yeah.
up in Des Moines because I hadn't been there before, and it was massive.
Yeah, what'd you think of it?
I really loved it. We had a good time. It was
Did you go through the whole store?
whole thing.
I did too.
And
When I
like
took Lily.
you went the same day.
I went the next day. The next day, yeah.
Yeah, it was like super fun. We went to the right first and then just
Exactly, that's what you got.
follow all the way. And we got halfway, and I turned to Tiffany and I was like, "Well, we're halfway," and she's like, "Oh my god!" Only because it doesn't feel that big, or I mean, it doesn't look that big from the
Yeah.
outside, but man, it
There's
just
a lot of
keeps
stuff.
going.
Yeah.
And I can power walk through most of it.
And, yeah.
Our eyes are trained to
Yes.
see what we want to see.
Exactly. And that's when I took Lily, she was running the cart, and I was just like,
You had a cart?
yeah, heck
You
yeah,
gotta be-
yeah. I had a full cart. Those starting lineup figures take up a lot of
They
space.
do. They do.
But yeah, we went to the glass
Yep.
side first.
Yep.
There's a bunch of
And
kind
it's
of
set
stuff.
up to-
And then you just go. You don't even look at the other side. You just look at the side, and then turn around and come and look at the other side. And then
Oh
turn-
no! See, I was.
Oh
I had to
no!
do
No!
this.
I just went. It's like I gotta.
Because I didn't know how
focus.
much time I had,
Yeah.
so
I was like, we're gonna be here all day. Like I'm driving, so we're gonna be here all.
we're gonna be here.
We're gonna be here for a few hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just like, look down one, then come back. Look down one, and do the whole store.
And after the first couple cases, I'm like, oh man, are there going to actually be toys here? But there were. There's a decent amount. I mean, it's not crazy, but there is stuff.
Yeah, I bought out all of their starting lineup figures that they had, which they were pretty cheap.
And the first thing we saw is something that Tiffany got for me, and it's because it was definitely not full price. It was only $10, and she wanted to get me something. And we were just talking about the only decoration for Christmas I have in my entire apartment is I put a Santa hat on Optimus Prime, a little baby Santa hat.
Sure.
That's all I have. And then we saw this like the same time, like the next day, and this is Christmas version of Santa, of Optimus, and it's dumb, but she got it for me, and it's awesome, and it's gonna hang on the wall. I won't get a second one to open.
I mean, with these reactions, it's kind of
Yeah, the art's so
kinda-
great.
it's kind of meant to just be like this.
And then I was
In my mind,
on one shelf. I saw this little bit sticking out. I walked by. I'm like, I know that font. I pull it out, and I'm like, holy crap, this is cool. There's a lenticular cover ruler
Heck yeah.
that I feel like I had. I feel like I had all this stuff, but there's like 4 dudes on there that transform, which is perfect for lenticular stuff,
Heck yeah.
Transformers.
I love that stuff.
But yeah, an old school ruler,
Yeah.
a couple bucks.
That's
I'm like,
awesome.
snag, yoink. That's what I said.
Yep.
Isn't that great?
That's awesome.
You can just see them transform.
Yeah. Lenticular stuff, like even with like old baseball cards that they used to have.
Captures a
great.
child's imagination.
Because
doesn't
you
it?
can see you can do their swing just by turning the baseball card.
Yeah.
It's like or
Yeah.
throwing or pitching or something. It's great.
So cool. And then we hopped on. We went over to Jay's too. We made a day out of it. Went to Jay's, and the coolest thing that's never
there, too.
happened at Jay's before happened.
Oh.
There was a newish dude there. I don't think he was new, but he was, I don't know, experienced enough to be like, he was talkative and helpful and stuff, and he helped me look at some things, and I had to put some things back. And he's like, hey, you want to look at this box of stuff I got behind the counter? I'm like, duh. Of course I do.
Do you even have to ask?
I know. And so, like, he started pulling out stuff. I was pulling out stuff. Tiffany was in there. We were all grabbing this big box. We're like, what's in there? What's in there? And I found some things. This is Tiny Titans, I think it is. Retgar.
Huh.
It was $1, so I don't care.
Of course.
But another fun little thing to show scale against some of the big guys.
Oh yeah.
There's this hot rod little guy that's only in a bonus pack with 2 other people. He's only available as like a extra bonus, this colored version of hot rod. And it's a neat little transformation for a little dude.
Yeah.
And then the most unbelievable thing happened is the long game.
Of course.
Maybe we'll do that as an episode
Yeah,
sometime.
definitely. No, I played it.
But here's an example of the long game for me. I've almost bought this. I missed it when it came out.
Okay.
The Netflix Bumblebee.
Okay.
there was a Walmart did a line of Netflix of War for Cybertron stuff, and the Bumblebee was in there. And for that short little time, they had the Volkswagen license, so he was a Volkswagen Bug, not something close.
Right.
And I just missed it. And from that moment on, when I realized I didn't have him, he was $50 minimum, no matter what. No matter what, up to $80. I'd seen it through the last few years.
Yeah.
And there's been times I'll be hovering over $50, and I'm like, I can't. This is a $20 toy. I just don't do it. And they'd come out with other versions of Bumblebee that are similar size and scale, but they weren't the Volkswagen. It wasn't the right Bumblebee, you know. And I just patient, and then I think maybe because I don't know this, but this does happen. There's in the new Legacy line, they're going to be doing a new Bumblebee toy that's like the newest and best version. And when they put out the newest and best version, most people will sell their old version, put them out, and so they can get the new one. It happens all the time.
Sure.
And then in this box for $9.99 was Bumblebee.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy seeing it at Walmart.
Yeah. So. And I have the other piece, but it's somewhere else. But couldn't believe it. I'm just like, do they know what that is? Do they know? I don't care. Yoink. Yep. Again, I know it's just they're all dumb little toys, but, you know, you can see his feet there. It's the rounded Volkswagen front. And, I was super stoked to get them for stupid cheap.
Yeah, I stopped into Jay's after the brass as well when I was with Lily. Yep. I ended up finding a 2000X in card, well, not on card, I guess. It's a larger bubble one, but it's the Samurai He-Man.
I saw your picture.
Because it looks freaking. Well, I picked it up because it looked ridiculous, and it was like, and it was in mint. So they wanted like 30 for it, and I was just like hemming and hawing about it. And I finally saw a guy because it was busy because they were having sales. They were having like 25% off,
lots of
like
things.
DVDs and like 15% off vinyl or something like that. Of course, nothing off toys, but so I finally got a guy I was talking about. He's like, "Can I help you with anything?" I'm like, "Hey, would you take 25 for this?" And he's like, "Is it damaged or something?" I'm like, "No, but." You know, help a guy out. He's like, and then he's like, "Oh, let me check." And they came back, "Yeah, we can do that. Tell him this person said it." You know, I'm like, "Okay." So I got it for 25 instead of 30. I'm like, "Of course."
That's why it doesn't hurt to ask.
Yeah, and I told Lily, I was like, "You can always ask here, you know, because she'd never been there, and I wanted to like show the one done."
It's more of a process than I wish it was because they got to take it to another guy behind the counter over there, and
just gotta hang out.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll follow him over there and try to talk to the guy too, but
I didn't really feel like that.
Yeah,
I was like, well, if he says no, I'm not going to buy it. That was basically my feeling on it. But.
Well, I got two more things. Oh my gosh, a couple Titans here. We just got this tidal wave, and he's a beautiful big boy. Dang. And he is. Animation colors, just a lot of purple and dark gray and little yellow highlights, and he's massive, and he does all the things the original Tidal Wave does. He's 3 separate boats that turn into kind of one giant spaceship, but I think it's new in this one. He has a really cool battle station that I don't remember seeing in the original.
Does he have a miniature Tidal Wave inside of him?
It kind of looks that way, doesn't it? But no. These I had to put on those little turrets, but I don't know if you want to see him, hold him, touch him, do him.
That's heavy.
He's a big boy. And I love Tidal Wave, always have, and you'll see it with the one Spooty got too. Like he's got a freaking mohawk. You know, that's badass. Mohawk and then kind of like a goatee. He's very pointy head and chin. That's really neat. Pretty good articulation for a big fella, and again his color.
There's like Nerf bullets on the side.
It does kind of look. His colors, his color scheme is, I love it. It's just great.
It's heavy.
Yeah. And unlike the Ark, his turrets move and stuff, which is, oops, I grabbed his junk, didn't I? you want to
Just put 'em down.
And then let's go to the floor. And then today I basically got my first. It's not my first, but it feels like my first third-party guy that I spent up on. He was somebody that I wished I'd gotten before, and they like reissued him, and I'm like, well, I got the money. I'll just treat myself.
Sure.
And I got this. It's 01 Studio, and his name is Cell, but all third-party stuff has not their normal names. But it's Unicron.
Sweet.
Because I'm never going to have the HasLab version.
Yeah. It's
And
how much does the HasLab one go for now these days?
1,500.
Jeez.
Pretty easy all day. This guy's really awesome. If you watch some reviews on it, he turns into a flawless planet. Like, you don't see any arms or legs. It's all full panels all the way around.
Nice.
They even come with, like, a couple of the panels are yellow when they should be this blue. Because in the movie, he kind of has like a yellow or blue stripe all the way around the middle. And so they give you extra panels, so you could change it out if you left them in planet mode and you want them to look more accurate. Nice. He, his head and stuff's supposed to light up, and his eyes light up. I haven't turned that on yet, but
Cool.
Yeah, he's a monster, and
I don't need to hold it.
he's cool. He's really awesome. Haven't got to transform him yet, but
So he came like that.
no, I had to assemble him a little bit. His heads was part. All these little spikies were all on trees I had to cut off. It was like a fucking puzzle trying to figure out. They're all on a hinge that like clip on. Oh, a little phalange. Figuring out these rings were a pain in the butt, but yeah, he's also got great articulation, arms and legs and thighs, and his hands have joints in both his knuckles. His thumb is on a ball joint, but also has a knuckle joint and a hinge joint there.
Wow.
And the fingers are on ball joints, so they can spread out too,
nice.
as well as have all the knuckles. Just neat little things, and so much great detail while being simple too at the same time. I mean, like plain. I don't know. It looks really cool. Very like the movie, I guess, in my head.
Definitely.
But yeah.
But for a fraction of the price, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Yes, a lot. I mean, there's the Armada one. The Armada one comes up to about here on him, but then the Unicron one comes to about here.
Okay.
So it's biggest one I'm ever going to have, but
Sure.
But pretty excited to have them.
Awesome.
Yeah. But only going to buy one.
Not gonna buy
Yeah,
another
the
one. And put it in a
HasLab one
box.
comes in like a box the size of this table.
It really does.
like
That's
square.
not a joke.
Yeah.
The rule of two. I've heard this since the beginning of time, since I started collecting many years ago. Like very early on, the elders that taught me the ways of collecting when I was a youth, they even back then would talk about the rule of two, and I'd say you're crazy, you old timer.
Yeah.
And then now I'm balls deep in collecting, and I'm like, oh man, I get it. Is it for you?
Personally, I don't think it is for me, mainly because I'm such a cheapskate that and it goes against.
And that's not a bad thing.
Ergonomics
It's just that's
buy
just your
one.
style. Everybody's got their own wants and needs, and
Yeah, unless it's like clearance stuff, and the only one that I have a duplicate of is that Moss Man, the Origins Moss Man that came out, and then they just bottomed out the price on it, and I actually have 3 of them because it came with an extra head sculpt, so I wanted the other. Originally, I was just gonna open one, and then it clearanced off, so I got another one because I was like, well, I'll just open a second one because it has an extra head sculpt, so I can have 2 figures, with 2 different head sculpts. And then it clearanced again, and I'm like, okay, well now I'm gonna keep one in the box. So now I have one in the box. So really,
So you get it.
I understand it.
Uh,
But for me, because I open almost every, like 95% of what I have is open toys, like from boxes. There's stuff I kept, but I don't have duplicates loose.
Yep, and just to say it plainly again, it's the rule of 2. 1 to open, 1 to leave in the box. Or leave in card, leave mint. And I would say that I assume the majority of the reason to leave it in the box, leave it mint, is to sell it again someday. What other reasons are there?
That would be my thought, is because you want to enjoy it, and then possibly if you're looking at it as an investment for the future, like, okay, well, I've had my enjoyment out of it, and now maybe I'll sell it to recoup or do, from whatever price, that you paid for it. Or maybe you just like to have it on your wall to like look at, and
Historical reasons, preservation
or
reasons.
the artwork of the box is nice.
Yes.
So like, okay,
Artwork.
well, I'll have it displayed as like that.
Well, and so then you get a lot of people that only do box stuff.
Sure.
You don't do both still.
Right.
What other reasons are there to leave it in the box? I like the art one. I didn't think of that right away. Just displaying the art.
That would be like more from like Motu stuff. There's a lot of artwork on the boxes. That's how I have mine displayed, is because I have a second box. There's artwork on the back of that box, so I have it so the back is facing forward, and then the other one is forward facing.
Yep.
So because I have the 2 extra boxes, and I think I threw away the other one that I opened, but so I can display both, which is always nice too. But yeah, for me it'd be artwork. A lot of times I throw away boxes if they don't have good artwork, or I don't save it, like a card artwork. I'll save that, but if it doesn't really have anything, I'll just toss it. But like I say, I open most of my stuff anyway.
So the elephant in the room is to call it scalping. Is what you're doing by saving it to sell it again later at a higher price.
I guess, yeah.
That is what it's called. And because if all the people in the 80s had bought 2 and left 1, they'd have a lot of money in their storage unit right now.
Exactly.
But how do you feel about...
Or would they? Because there would be plenty of them on the market.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but today, how about today? Like, do you think the rule of 2 for scalping reasons is like a viable reason to do it?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that it's probably generalization of it, but I feel like they're grabbing 2 to have one for themselves. Maybe not so much as to display, but to resell.
Yep.
It's I have mine, and now I'm going to make so my hobby isn't taking money out of my pocket. It's bringing money to me.
Or at least paying for the first toy.
Paying for my addiction.
But I feel like there's a miss. Do you think today's toys are going to be valuable in 40 years like toys from the 80s are now? We know the answer's no, but do you think?
Probably not. But
because they're making so many more now than they did then.
yeah.
I mean, they did make a lot of toys back then, though.
Yeah,
Not at the numbers that they are today, I don't think.
Yeah.
Well, there's more people now, too.
I just saw recently, speaking of that Moss Man, someone at a show was trying to sell it on Instagram. I saw a picture. They're selling it for $80. That bottomed out at like $8.
I know.
It was the lowest I saw that.
Well,
figure.
that's what eBay's for, is to
Yeah.
take advantage of the less informed, right?
Or if you missed out on, you weren't in
FOMO.
in an area that had a bunch of them, which is possible.
A thing.
Which happens a lot, distribution and whatnot, and it's, you could have missed out, and this is the only way, and now they're taking advantage of that. But it would be hard for me to, like, looking at the Eternia playset, like, to have a second one in box.
But I think
after opening.
But I think those collector level ones are the only real ones that
Yeah.
return on their value because the HasLabs and the Mattel.
That one probably would.
The second they're done, they double in price because they aren't going to make any more of those.
Yeah.
And sometimes triple. So everyone, or I mean, not everyone, but I mean, I know a lot of people that suck it up and buy two because it's going to pay for that first one.
Yeah. That one would, I would think.
Yeah.
Any of the play sets, really.
All the HasLab stuff, every line, Star Wars, G.I. Joe, Transformers, all of it doubles or triples immediately.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. Any other reasons why you would want to buy two? Have you done it, Spooty?
Oh, I've absolutely done it.
On purpose?
Not on purpose.
Accidental buying.
Sometimes you forget what you got because it's been in a box for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a few of those.
But not done it to preserve, to have a copy for you late. So, yeah, maybe you play with one for 10 years and you're like, well, I know I have another new one I can play with when I'm 10 years older or whatever. Or I might have kids someday and they can
pass it on,
open it. And
have the joy of ripping
Yeah, I
open
don't
a
think
box. I think with displaying stuff more now, I can see especially like with stuff on card, you can hang it and have that one as like a display. And then if you find a loose one later to actually see how it plays, how it transforms, how it, what the action features and stuff are.
Yeah, I could see in-box collectors buying two more often, like getting their one to collect in box, and then if they like find one on clearance, I'll pick it up so I can open it.
Yeah.
Versus
especially if they're only in box, they're kind of
collectors,
stuck in that mindset of
which people are.
yeah,
That's fine.
Yeah, of like I only want to display it in this, but if it's cheap, let's see what the fuss is about.
But I kind of do it the opposite, where like nowadays I open them all, but then when I find one on clearance, and when it's like a Starscream or something, I'm like, oh, I'll buy a second one, or even a third one sometimes, just to have them that I can save. I don't know why, because I know I'm not going to sell it, but.
Yeah, I have a second. I just remembered. I have a second Roton.
That's right.
That's in box because I got it for like $5 on clearance, and the way it's displayed in the box is great. It looks great because it's
beautiful.
It's at an angle, and Roton is just this flying disc thing with like a saw blade around it, basically, but it's at an angle. So you can look into it, and it's all plastic front and everything. It has a nice artwork. But yeah, I wouldn't have bought another one at retail price because I already had one.
So those are both kind of like the exceptions then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's really what my budget is. It's really if I can find them cheap, a second one I'll probably buy it. But I'm still think about like, do I even want it? Like, I already have one.
So I'd rather just have it like open with the box, so I can just take it out if I want to play with it.
I'll keep the box.
Keep it in the box, so it stays clean, doesn't get dusty and dirty.
Yeah.
I know when I shop, I'm like, I almost never shop for in-box things. That's not new.
Right.
Because I'm like, if it's anything vintage,
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to open this thing.
Definitely.
But yeah, the rule of two, people do it.
And that's like with the Super 7 figures that I have. I have them all on card. I don't really want. They're becoming vintage. I don't want to open them. I already have other figures.
Then do you wish you had bought two, so you could have?
No, because I don't have any loose ones. I think
your goal isn't to have a mint on card or inbox
No.
collection, or
It's just I keep finding them cheap, and so then I buy them as mint on card. Which they're probably stopped.
I can still see Spooty becoming that guy, rule of two guy. I don't know. No, don't think so.
I would rather spend the money on another toy.
Another new toy.
Yeah. Really, when it comes, to increase
so I'm just as happy just putting it back into the box and having that to display.
It seems to be a rule
If I had the
for
room.
people with a little extra disposable income.
Yeah.
And good for you.
Yeah.
Definitely,
that's great.
And I'm not against the policy. I think it's great. I guess I'm not for scalping. I mean,
No.
I think you're fooling yourself maybe if you think new toys are going to be return the value that now vintage toys have. I just don't. I agree with Corey when he would say our shit ain't going to be worth anything in 20, 30 years.
You assume that our money will be worth anything.
That's also true.
I do have. I just remembered the two other ones.
Oh, Mr. Toy guy.
Well, to be fair, one of them I think you got. One of them you got for me.
Okay.
And another one was a gift from my wife. There was the Eternia Guard.
Oh.
I ended up getting two, which I wasn't planning. One was a gift. Well, they're both gifts, so I have two of them to flank.
Troop building.
Yeah. But I only have the two. But I opened both of them and didn't keep any in the box. Basically, so they could have
troop
them.
builders.
Because they're the troop. And the same with the Horde troopers. I have two of those, but I opened both of them so that they could flank Hordak as troopers.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I suppose that's a rule of two adjacent, I guess, because I opened both of them.
If we get you a third one, will he open it?
Probably not. I wouldn't open that. Like it was like the Moss Man.
Yeah.
Because I have two of them, and then the third one. Because I was like, I don't need to open the third one.
Break the glass in case of emergency.
Yeah, exactly. I should put that on there. But yeah, those two I opened both of them. Those they're basically guards or troops.
Yeah.
I didn't keep any of them in the box because it was like, well, I kind of need two to like flank. I think the same with foot soldiers. I think I have two of them to flank Shredder. Yeah. But I didn't keep them on card.
I would rather just have two out of the box for Transformers.
Sure.
Just to have one in each mode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or in case of a six changer, six of them.
Have you done it yet?
What?
That would be quite the display.
You should start getting six shot or quick switch.
Switches.
Yeah, they're cheap enough. You probably could.
Yeah.
But anyway.
It's the guns, though. I
know.
I think that's all the twos that I have.
Well, all right.
Maybe I'll go triple changer first.
Yeah,
start small before you go to six.
Well, let us know what you guys think. Are you into the rule of two? Do you do it? Do you participate? Do you think it's ridiculous? Do you love the idea? Are you going to start doing it now? What are your feelings on the rule of two? Let us know in the comments, wherever you want to find us. We'll chat with you back about it. But right now we're going to take a little break. We're going to hear from our podcast network, the PFPN.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.
All right, we're back, and now it's time for Elgin to take us on a store tour.
All right, today's store that we're going to is called Closet Collectibles. It's at 1626 Wood Street in Crete, Illinois.
It's not as small as it sounds.
I don't think it's as large as a closet, but maybe slightly larger. That
is where we're recording from.
Yeah, we're recording from the closet. It's a southern suburb of Chicago, so that's about 5 hours from Ottumwa, but about 45 minutes east of Joliet, Illinois, and about 6 miles from the border of Indiana. So, of course, with this being a 2 episode, there is a second location.
Yes.
Another Closet Collectibles.
Always
two there are. A master and apprentice. The second location is
more impressions. Yes.
It's 30 minutes away in Tinley Park, Illinois, at 17236 Oak Park Avenue. Of course, the store has a large collection of Funko Pop, Marvel, DC, Hot Wheels, Star Wars, and etc. And did you know that Crete was a key stop on the Underground Railroad?
Huh.
Yep, that's Closet Collectibles at 1626 Wood Street, Crete, Illinois, and 17236 Oak Park Avenue in Tinley Park, Illinois.
I almost sent them a message this morning because in one of their pictures they have a Fort Maxon box. I'm like, y'all ship? That's what but I might message them later. But anyway, yeah, let's check it out. It's not too far away.
It's still considered a village as well,
Oh.
even though it's a suburb.
Okay, then. Well, now it's time to hear from you guys. It's Spooty with Talking Toys.
I think you did, though, because...
But I'm not going to.
Okay. Well, good night, everyone.
On the interwebs, we have some people that wrote some things. Mr. John Watson said it's too expensive for that anymore.
Oh, that's a
Very
very
fair
good point.
Which I agree.
Very true.
And then I got to go on over to the other thing here. Mr. Comedian Bill Fisher says, I open them up. That's what they're here for. The back of those toys look awesome, too. Can't see past the microphone.
The backside of the toys.
Backside of the toys.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But like every
They're
rule,
butts.
there are exceptions. When it comes to the throwback classic TMNT and Super 7 toys, they are custom built to be hung on a wall in a package.
That's fair.
True.
And then Mr. Chris Turnip Simmons says, "Open your toys!" Exclamation point.
Okay.
It was
Jeez,
probably much
Dad.
higher pitched than that too.
It was too. Hey.
Yeah. Hey. That just takes up more space that other toys could have had, and potentially makes it harder for everyone who wants a toy to get one if others are buying two.
Yeah.
Also, my phone keeps trying to autocorrect toys to tits, and I'm very much in favor of holding on to two of those.
Oh, jarred up.
Yeah.
Dirty old man.
So funny.
Yeah. And we just got canceled.
Yeah, the scalper part definitely is hard. It's hard not to feel that way. I mean, if you think you're investing in your retirement plan, good luck to you. There's
Yeah.
probably sounder ways to do that.
Probably. Not buying two toys.
Some
would be
people
the
just
first
gotta
step.
hustle.
But then you're taking advantage of toys and toy buyers and making it harder for the ones who want it. It's I mean, I support it if it's not that. If it's for your shelf and your collection and you like it, then
Sure.
fuck yeah, do what you want. All right. Well, before we go today, I definitely want to give you a quick reminder to head over to patreon.com/cracktasticplastic. It's the place to go if you want to help out the show, give us some support and a little bit of pocket change. Yeah, you can rub your fingers together.
Pizza rolls are not cheap.
These pizza rolls.
They have those chicken and waffles.
These chicken and
I'm still on
waffles.
the pizza rolls from the last
I
time.
know. I saw that in your hashtag.
Mhm.
Pizza Wheels for life. With that tattooed on his chest.
But one of the awesome perks of being on the Patreon is being in our little toy chat.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty fun, where we get to enable each other daily.
Yeah.
Right, Bill? Get them lions
Those turtles.
and turtles. Oh, my. But another one of the sweet perks is we'll read your name on the show, like these fine folks here. Tony Miller, Chris Turnip Simmons, Peter Glinsman, Alex LaForest, Bill Fisher, and Michelle Pizzulo. Thank you guys so much for being patrons.
Thank you.
You too can by going to patreon.com/cracktasticplastic. All right. That's it, folks. We're going to get out of here and pack this up and open some boxes, I guess we've been told to do.
Wow.
So we'll do that. Talk to you later, everybody. Bye-bye.
Say it.
Thank you for listening to the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast. But not so fast, my foul fiends. Don't forget to follow these fools on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And visit cracktasticplastic.com. I'll be back.